Hello folks, it's Chef Zarr here, and today's episode we're going to be doing the perfect omelet. So in a perfect omelet, there's a few tips that we have to come to let you guys know of, is that you can use a whisk, and if you don't have a whisk, you can do it with a spoon to aerate the eggs so it becomes a fluffy egg. My ancestors came back from over in France, and they taught me how to make omelets, and I'm passing on these great secrets and tips to you guys. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to take some eggs. Now the ratio, what we typically do is on a 8-inch pan you use 2 eggs, and then on a 10-inch you use 3 eggs, and then 12-inch you use 4 eggs, and so on. So we crack our eggs here. Now another tip is you put a little bit of water in there. And the reason you put a little bit of water in there is because when it does its thing there and evaporates, it fluffs up the egg and it makes it really nice. So for you, I usually do a whisk, but we'll just show you with a fork if that's all you do have handy in your kitchen. So you whip it up, and you got to get the air bubbles in there. The air bubbles is what's going to make this thing really rise. And a couple other tips I forgot to mention there is you got to get your oven on. You need the stove and the oven for this one. So we get it at about 450 for your oven, and then you get your, you got to cook on a high heat. All good chefs cook with the high heat. You cook fast, and everything stays nice and tender and really good. So here we go. Another tip, I got so many tips here. This is crazy. We use corn because corn oil, you can use any other oils. Olive oil sort of kind of burns. You don't want to do that. Another tip is heat your pan up first, then put your oil when you're just ready to go, because some people put oil in and then you smoke the whole house out. So what we got here is we got this pan. We're gonna get her nice and cherry hot. We got our oven on, we got our eggs with our water, they're all whisked up, they're ready to go. So in between, what we'll do, fresh is always best. So what we're gonna do, we grow lots of herbs around here, and we got some beautiful, was it green onion? Shallots. And we're gonna dice these up, and we're gonna put this on. Remember, it's gonna be fresh, so we put this on after we cook it in the oven. Because if you put it in the oven, it's just going to make, it's going to taste rancid. You don't want that. So once we get this all nice and diced up here, like that, and our pan's nice and getting hot. Typically I use a gas stove, but we're on a tight budget here at our studios. So in the meantime, while that's getting hot, I was just going to mention to you folks that we got some exciting news here. For all you subscribers, all 3 of you, we're going to be drawing for backstage passes to the show. So, I mean, this is exciting. If you don't subscribe, you can't get this. So backstage passes, and even possibly a signed shirt by Chef Zarr himself. So make sure you get in on this, folks, because I'm telling you, you'll love it. It's great back here. We have a lot of fun. Now that we're getting this nice and cherry hot, we put a little bit of oil in there. Not too much, just a little bit. Now, typically, everything you do is different, because if you're doing, let's say, scrambled eggs, I typically use butter, but you use the same process with the heating of the pan. So what we got here, to get this nice and hot. Now, if you're going to use butter, butter does burn as well, like I said, as olive oil. What you're going to do is just put that butter, if you like it. That's the way my ancestors made it when they came over here from France. So we put the butter just before so it doesn't burn. So what we got here, we got the eggs getting ready. This is getting cherry hot. Our stove is nice and ready for all this. And here we go. That's getting nice and warm. So here we go. We put the butter in, swirl it around. See how it's already getting too hot? You'll cool it down by putting the eggs in right away. And here you go. Now what you do is you fold back the corners a little bit to suck up some, to get the juice to come around to the outside edges. This goes down real fast, folks, so just bear with me here. And you spread it around like that. And if you want to season it, a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper, this is the time. We like to layer our flavors here, so lots of layering, lots of love. Here we go. We got this looking good. Now you're going to say, oh, it's a little bit soupy on top. Is that okay? Yes, it is okay, because when we put that in the oven, it's going to rise. We rise our omelets. So we're it's like baking a cake almost. I mean, there's an art to it. So we use different cheeses. You can use any cheese you want. I like to put a little bit of Parmesan just to give it that little bit of flavor. And today we're using provolone cheese. And here we go. We put the provolone cheese on. We take this and then we stick it in the oven. And it takes a few minutes. Well, I guess in the meantime we could take a quick break for a commercial, and you guys can listen to our sponsors. Oh, what's that? Oh, we don't have any sponsors yet. Oh, okay. Well, anybody that's out there, any sales reps or anything, you know, we need good knives, we need eggs, everything. I mean, if we can get your sponsorship out here, it's more than welcome. We're welcome here. So Chef Zarr has got everything going. We got that off, and we're just waiting for the eggs to rise, and then we're gonna plate this. And you will impress. If you're trying to impress a girl, I'm telling you, I impress many a girls with this. It's like food. People love food. I mean, that's how you get their attention, and then makes great relationships, families, and everything. Okay, so not too long in there. Just enough to get that egg to nice and rise. Now once we're done, as you can see, look at it. It's perfect. It's so fluffy, so nice. You're gonna love it. These are secrets that I'm telling you, not anybody's gonna be showing you. So, and when we get this, we plate that. And this is when you take your fresh chives and you sprinkle it on there. Look at that. Like that, it don't get any better than that. You know what I'm saying? So, good luck. Try this, and then you can use any different toppings you want. You can put, what you do is, once it's in the oven, it's starting to rise a little bit. If you want to put, say, like mushrooms and peppers, green peppers, put it all in while it's in the oven, because that will cook it a little bit. But don't cook it in a frying pan, which people make a mistake, because what happens is you're taking the vegetables and you're making them they won't taste as fresh. So that's the way you want to do it. And then the last tip I got for you folks is that this was inspired by a chef, Chef Bart. And I know if you're listening out there, Chef Bart he's one of my first chefs that we worked in before I went to culinary school, and he inspired us for this recipe. So enjoy, and like I say, put lots of different ingredients on there, and voila, it is very healthy for you. I know everybody's going into the new more protein and less carbs. This is a great way. When you eat this, it'll knock your socks off. So thanks so much. This is Chef Zarr, signing out.